This is a U.S. China Media Brief produced by the UCLA Asian American Studies Center. The U.S. China Media Brief features interviews with experts and other prominent individuals involved in studying and documenting the dynamic and ever-evolving relationship between the United States of America and the People's Republic of China. I'm Russell Leong, Director of the U.S. China Media Brief of the UCLA Asian American Studies Center. Our purpose is to provide a more balanced view of U.S.-China relations for the U.S. media through our media brief and website. Now, my colleague Xin Zhang is a Russian studies expert, and if you have any questions, Xin.
So, when Russell mentioned you had worked with the Chinese government, giving them advice on these bilateral or trilateral relations in Northeast China. Can you tell us a little bit more, like how do you work with the government, and what's the response to your advice when you, for example, put up these analysis?
I've been advising to American government through various means, as I've been advising the South Korean government as well as the North Korean government, and now invited by the Chinese government through the Chinese Academy of Social Science, saying one thing: the peace of the world and peace of the Northeast Asian region and peace of the Korean Peninsula and peaceful coexistence. From that perspective, what I've been saying all my life, your government, the Chinese government, is talking about 和谐合作, the harmony and cooperation, and that was the key theme of my dissertation in my PhD dissertation. What a great philosophical principle a nation, a power, presents to the world as its domestic and international philosophical principle to the world. Let's harmonize our differences for the sake of everybody's well-being and everybody's happy life through harmonious cooperation. And so what I am advising to at the moment to Chinese government through, as an expert, as a scholar, is nothing to do with the quote-unquote pro-China. I've been criticizing and I've been dealing with the Chinese economic domestic issues such as the economic gaps between the rich and the poor and all sorts of that. But I've been talking about the new global leadership role that China is being asked, is being anticipated from the world in order to balance the global power sharing. In the past, as we all know, particularly last 20-some years after the collapse of the Soviet Union, the world has been dictated by a single superpower called American power, American empire, who however you may call it, it was the global superpower has literally dictated the world. The invasion of Iraq, invasion of Afghanistan, or here and there around the globe, that we call unilateralism, arbitrarism, unilateral arbitrariness has governed or has ruled the world last 20-some years. Now, with the rise of the China as a global power, as the world is anticipating that China should take play, we hope some sort of balance in global power sharing so U.S. can become more a normal state, not the abnormal super duper giant power to invade a sovereign nation by lying to the world. I don't think no more, and I don't think anymore that type of arbitrariness and the unilateral arbitrariness will be respected. So the China stands right there. The China, which country is professing globally that we want to work with everybody while we respect you, no matter how big or small you are, we respect your sovereignty of your national, the independence, while through harmonious cooperation. And so let's find out how we can peacefully coexist. I see it right there, the role of China as a new global power. Hopefully that this Chinese role can change the world which governed by unilateral paradigm. Hopefully the new paradigm we call multilateral paradigm. So the global consensus building, the peace building, and the building a new paradigm upon which the people can find common ground. They can survive, they can coexist by mutually respecting and honoring and celebrating of our differences. So the U.S., again, for the sake of the U.S. future, the U.S. will get better in terms of its normalcy, not anymore abnormal power. While China, even if it has its own huge domestic challenge, but at the same time, China as a new global power should be able to play their new global leadership role for the sake of the humanity for 24th century.
The preceding copyrighted program is a property of the University of California, Los Angeles. All rights reserved. It may be used freely for educational and not-for-profit activities. For other uses or to make an inquiry, please contact the Asian American Studies Center at UCLA.